Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and see how everybody was doing. I really wasn't planning on doing any videos this weekend, because hey, everybody deserves a holiday. We had a long week last week with all the criminal trials and, a lot of surprises and, where I'm concerned, the psychology of those criminals and the psychology of those who are hunting down and arresting criminals and investigating these cases and all that. But, we had a really good fireworks show here at my house Thursday night. And then, of course, yesterday, the 4th, was great. But so I decided I was going to sleep late this morning. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because I noticed that my phone kept going off, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, come on, people, I'm trying to sleep past 6:30 today. But it didn't happen. Uh, so finally, I, grabbed my phone and my blood ran cold. Um, give you a little backstory. Where we live very close to a very large man-made lake. Um, our family has property there. Uh, as a matter of fact, my ex-husband and myself and our children, we used to live at our property there. It's family property. It has several homes on it. So 4th of July, everybody gets together. Now, of course, like I said, I'm divorced from him now, but my children were up there. Every year, there is a particular marina that puts on a wonderful fireworks show. Um, but it takes about an hour by boat to get there. Uh, but that's it's a tradition. So anyway, now back to this morning. I pick up my phone and I find out, it's people asking, are my kids okay? Are my kids okay? And I'm like, wait, what? And we're talking about my 26-year-old and his wife and my granddaughter, who's one, my 19-year-old, and my 13-year-old, who is about to be 14-year-old. They're all up there. Uh, Basically, last night turned out to be a little bit different. They did have the big fireworks show at the big marina that has it every year, but also I'm going to do a little bit of country talk here. So if you understand it, good. If you don't, I'll try to explain it the best I can. You're coming out of our slough and you go right before you go to the big water, and you keep going right. You go a little bit right more and you go just a little bit, keep on going, and you eventually come there's a marina right there. As a matter of fact, um, the bridge right there is a crossroad that you can actually come down and turn on another crossroad to go to our property. So basically, you come out of our slough and you almost do a U turn, but not quite. That particular marina, which is, if you don't understand a word of what I just said, like I said, basically right next door, um, quarter of a mile from our homes up there, they decided to put on a fireworks show, and the barge exploded. Now that absolutely terrified me. I began calling my children, calling my ex husband. Nobody's answering my phone calls. Nobody's answering my text messages. I'm not really looking at the fact that it's, now between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and they're probably just not awake. I'm not looking at that. But anyway, come to find out though, my family had decided to go to the other fireworks show on the other side of the lake. So they weren't there. But my ex father in law, he is a paramedic and is on the little fire department that they have up there. Um, he actually had to respond to the scene, and several people were hurt. Several people had to be life flighted out of there. It was really bad. Um, so I just, we have to be careful, with these fireworks because we've had this week, I mean, we've had houses exploding, we've had fireworks factories exploding. And then last night, the fireworks barge at this, at this particular marina exploding and people, being injured by that. We've got to be careful, please. If you're using fireworks, please, please, please don't put them on a boat. They can tip over. When they tip over, they're going to scoot across the water, poke some, I mean, literally landing in somebody's eye, on top of somebody's head. You never know. Please don't swim up underneath the, fireworks. Just please be safe. If somebody's putting out some fireworks, that's fine. They're beautiful, but just sit back from a distance and watch them. Um, and if you haven't been properly permitted to do large shows, please don't go out and buy commercial fireworks and try to put on a fireworks show for your community, because that's what happened here. It was a good gesture for the community up there. It's a very, uh, the community up there for the year round people, because we do have a lot of people that come in during the summertime. They're vacationers that have never even been on the lake, and then they go rent boats and they try to drive around the lake, and they don't have no idea where they're going. And I mean, it's very tense up there anyway. And so, but the year-round community, they are a very tight-knit community. It was something that they were trying to do, as a 50th anniversary celebration for that marina, and it just went wrong, you know. And more people could have gotten hurt that did, and more so, my family could have gotten hurt. It basically, after all that, I ended up back in the bed, and that's where I am now. So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here the rest of the night, because I need to get over that, because that's scary. When you are awakened to all that, and then you can't get in touch with your children, and um, it's hard. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Eat a lot of good food, wherever you are, whatever kind of food you eat, however you celebrate. Just please, 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 have all the fun in the world. Please, 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 please be safe, and definitely, definitely, definitely know that you are loved. And I love you all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, guys.